Hello dear friends, my name is Giovanni Fratti and I'm an attorney and an opinion journalist here in the city of Guatemala, and I want to make a video today about the grave political situation in Guatemala and how some far-left Democrats, such as the ex-ambassador of the United States from the Obama administration, Todd Robinson, and the Hillary Clinton State Department, and all the seedlings that these people planted with far-left NGOs in Guatemala, are at the moment destroying not only the democratic process and the next elections that are going to be only days away in June 16 of next month, but also founding with about $75 million a year corrupt and far-left NGOs that are trying to implant in Guatemala not only the far-left LGBT gender politics agenda, but also the abortion agenda and the far-left confrontation and division that is stopping Guatemala for growing economically as it should, and that is destroying most of Guatemalan institutions. All of this started more or less in about 2015 when the ex-ambassador, the Democrat ambassador to Guatemala, Todd Robinson, came to the country and helped a far-left general attorney of Guatemala, Claudia Paz y Paz, to start a frontal attack by fabricating a false claim of genocide against the Guatemalan army that bravely fought far-left guerrillas and that had more than 4,500 casualties and about 2,000 to 3,000 people with disabilities after such guerrilla warfare that plagued Guatemala from 1960 to 1996. Guatemala, it's a thriving economy, but it thrives and it grows even with a far-left frontal attack on Guatemalan businesses. Far-left NGOs in Guatemala invade farms and destroy farms. They burn plantations of rubber. They burn plantations of palm seeds. They burn plantations of sugarcane. They try to destroy hydroelectric plants. They try to block and make blockades in most of the main roads of the country, and there are more than 900 properties, farmland properties, that are invaded by these very small but very effective and very well-oiled far-left NGOs and far-left clash groups that are operating in Guatemala. We need U.S. assistance. Of course we need training, we need equipment for the army, we need training for the Guatemalan General Attorney's Office, we need training and equipment for the Guatemalan police, but what we don't need as a country is the USAID assistentialist aid or development aid that have spent in the last decade about $850 million, and most of that money goes to these far-left NGOs. If the Friends of Guatemala and the West, both the United States, Canada, and Europe, want to help Guatemala, the best way to help Guatemala is to improve Guatemalan institutions for the rule of law and law and order that we need in the country. We need the rule of law. We need a stable police. We need a well-trained, well-equipped, and transparent army. We need a well-equipped and well-trained General Attorney's Office so that we can prosecute crimes with scientific evidence and with evidence such as the ones that are produced in the laboratories, for instance, of the FBI or the Justice Department that are professional law enforcement agencies. Sadly, this has not happened in Guatemala, and the far left, together with some of the Democrats and some of the more far left Democrats, are trying to destroy Guatemalan institutions and are about to make a fraud in these elections. They just stopped in the Guatemalan Constitutional Court, which is the highest court of the land with constitutional matters, the candidacy of Suri Rios, a center-to-right conservative candidate that was the second with most intention for votes in these elections, and they've stopped her with an illegal ruling from 4 justices of that court that are associated with one of the most corrupt parties in Guatemala, which is the UNE party, which is run by Sandra Torres, which is an ex-guerrilla operative that runs one of the most corrupt left to far left parties. It's called UNE inside of Guatemala. So imagine how is it that any conservative or any right wing or center right party are going to be able to have any chance if the far left controls the highest court of the land, and this authority, also this party, the UNE, controls about 3 of the 5 main justices in the Supreme Election Tribunal, which is the main authority that controls the transparency of the elections. This election tribunal, the Tribunal Supremo Electoral or Supreme Electoral Authority, have, for instance, made a defeated ruling to try to stop Guatemalan journalists from interviewing political candidates and only be able to make the interviews or debates with such candidates only if this government authority allows the questions for the journalists to ask. All of these happenings in Guatemala, all of what is happening in Guatemala at the moment are very close to the first symptoms of a far-left Venezuelan dictatorship type of government. We are on the brink in Guatemala. We need our Republicans and conservative friends in the United States and all over the world to pay attention to these great developments in Guatemala, and we need the US assistance to go to make Guatemalan productivity bigger and not to go to the far-left NGOs that are destroying the Guatemalan economy. For the most, President Trump's instincts are right. You should cut Guatemalan US aid to far-left NGOs and only help productive units so that the agricultural and the infrastructure of the country can grow to make more businesses, so that Guatemalan growth and Guatemalan economy growing absorbs most of these migrants that are going to the United States. This is why Guatemalan growth, Guatemalan economic growth, sustainable and sustained in the future, it's part of the US national security. If you have a strong Guatemalan army, if you have a strong Guatemalan economy, if you have a thriving, competitive, and open economy that thrives and grows in Guatemala, then you will stop the thousands and tens of thousands of migrants that are going to the United States. This is the solution for the midterm and long term in Guatemala. Please stop the USAID and State Department money for far-left NGOs and start helping the productive system and start helping law and order institutions in this country. Thank you very much. You can follow me in my Twitter account at Frati Giovanni or in my YouTube channel, Giovanni Frati Periodista. Thank you very much.